Hello, it's Donna from Taffy Crafting. I've got a really easy, quick card. This is ideal for a lady. And it kind of looks like a neckline for a shirt or a dress, and it's just super simple, super quick. You won't believe how quickly you can put this together. So if you haven't already, please come and subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up at the end, and let's just get cracking, shall we? So I am using a 4x6 card, which I've left the other side of my desk. I'm just using a pre-folded one. It's an A6 card. This is when I was short on Whisper White cardstock, so I just bought some pre-folded things, and I use these when I'm practicing making cards, so I don't use use up all of my Whisper White cardstock. But the exact measurement of this, if you were going to make this, is 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, and then you just score down the middle at 4 1/8. I try not to cheat using these cards, but I've got a stash of them there and I want to get them used. So I'm not going to fold and burnish that yet. I'm just going to start there. So there's my score line. So this is from the Garden Lane DSP. It's not too thick, but it's not too thin. So this is ideal if you're decorating boxes, and it's also quite nice for card making as well. So if you know somebody who likes green, this is definitely the DSP range for them. And this measures 5 3/4 by 4 inches, and that just sits on there quite nicely with a frame around it. You could layer a bit more if you want to, but I want to show you how easy this is for using limited materials, and ideal for the beginner crafter. If you've never made a card before, this is the card for you. So what we need to do is just flip this over, and I specifically chose this design because I liked what was on the back, because it just gives a nice contrast if we've got a bit of a collar going on here. So we need to work out the halfway point, and I can't remember what half of 5 3/4 is. I believe it's 2 7/8. So I just need to get a pencil. So I'm going to get a pencil at 2 that's 2 3/4, that's 2 7/8 there. And then you don't want to make these marks too big. You want to be able to rub them out. Can't even see my mark. Oh, it's that one there. That's because my pencil's not working very well. That's better. And then what we want is, just make sure we get this at a 90-degree angle, is I want to measure 1 1/4 inches all the way down, and just draw a very faint line there, 1 1/4 inches. Okay, so this is at 2 7/8, so it's halfway, and it comes down 1 1/4. And you're going to get your scissors, and you are going to cut down that line that you've just made. So let's go back to here. Now what you're going to do is then fold this back. Try not to tear that, so keep a very close eye on that. You're going to fold this back until this line comes to that point, that corner mark there. So just press it there so it ends up in the corner. Get your bone folder, but you just must be careful that that doesn't tear. Now if it does, it's not the end of the world, because I'm going to show you something that I'm going to do with this in a minute, so that if you do tear it, which could be quite easily done, great way of covering it up. And you're going to do the same this way. So fold that in, just bend it over, take that up there to the point, and get it as exact as you can. It isn't any massive big deal if it doesn't go exactly. Nobody looks at these things and goes, that's not very accurate. They don't do that. They just look at a lovely, pretty card. Now, I don't want this bit here to be too 2D. I don't want it to be too flat. You know, it is going to be a collar. So what I want to do is just put a mini dimensional on each corner there. So I'm just going to put one there like that, and the other one on that corner. Take off the backing bit and just fold that over there, and it just gives it, just makes it a bit real really, because our collars don't sit down flat. There is a bit of dimension to them, and then what's going to happen is that that is going to sit on there like that. So we need to make sure that we get glue right up into that top corner. Okay, so I'm just using Tombow for this. You could use tear and tape if you want to. You can use snail, your glue of choice, whatever you prefer. I want to make sure that glue gets up to that corner. And then we're going to just place that carefully, so on a little bit, excuse me, of a border going all the way around. I don't want to press that too flat, so I'm going to get my bone folder in there and just push that down very, very carefully. So there we have the main part of our top going on there. Now, before I do anything else to this, I just want to put my sentiment. I'm just looking for my block. There it is. And for this, I'm going to use Garden Green. I think that goes really nicely with this. There are some other greens going on there. We've got a bit of Old Olive, probably a bit of Mossy Meadow, Pear Pizzazz, you know, there's all sorts of stuff going on there. I'm just choosing Garden Green. I've got a couple of different greens. I've got Old Olive, I've got Mossy Meadow, but I've used Garden Green on my other card and it came out quite nice. So I'm just going to put the sentiment along there. Now I want this to be a birthday card, and this was the best birthday sentiment I could find. There are others I've got, but they're a bit too blocky, if that makes any sense. I wanted something a little bit feminine. This is definitely a card, a feminine card. So there's that there. Now, want to decorate this a little bit more, and I've made a bow to go here, and we're going to have some buttons. Now, I've already made my bow. So this is some new ribbon that we've got. It's a reversible ribbon, and it's just lovely. It's just got a lovely sheen about it. So I've made my bow. I'm not going to muck about with that anymore. And I'm just going to put a diagonal cut on my corners there, on my ends rather, just so they don't fray. And I want to put that there like that. I just think that goes really nicely there. So that's the reversible ribbon. I love that ribbon. And I don't make the best bows. I really don't. And I'm not going to lose any sleep over that bow. The more I worry about it and think about it, the worse it gets. And I'm going to put that on with a little glue dot. I don't know what side of the ribbon looks better. Oh no. No, it's definitely going to be that side. I'm sure you're all better at bows than I am. You could also make a paper bow if you wanted to. That would be probably my next thing to do, is to make a paper bow. For this particular card that I made, I used the polka dot tool and just created a longer bow there. And then finally for this card, this is how easy this is. I've got these clear faceted gems, and I'm just going to create some buttons. So I'm just going to pick these. I think these are the smaller size. I just want to take that off there. They've all got a sticky bit on them. I'm going to put one at the top. Come on, gem, off you get. Oh, no, that's left the sticky bit behind. So I use tweezers for this. My nails don't cope with it. And I'm just going to put, it's just like a glue dot. Put that on there. And nice, thank you. It's not going to get the better of me. And then one more. And it's left the glue bit behind again. See, when I practice these off camera, they're perfect every time. The minute I press that record button, oh, he just wants to muck about. Right, let's just get another one. I'm going to put that there, like that. And there we go. How quick and easy is that? Great way of just using up some DSP. Just chop it up. You just want a piece that's 6x4, or no, 4x5 3/4. There you go. Just sits on there. Lovely card for a lady. And then you can put your own sentiment in there. So thank you for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed that. And come and subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video in my Stampaversary celebration series. See you soon. Bye bye.